For centuries, the people of the Swedish interior have spoken of the water as a living thing, a vast silent artery that carries secrets as old as the land itself. In the deep, shadowed reaches of Lake Mälaren, some claim the water does not merely flow, but moves with a deliberate undulating pulse. A presence is felt beneath the surface, a massive serpentine coil that locals have whispered about since the first fires were lit. Is it merely a ghost of the landscape, or is something still moving in the depths? Let us first listen to the story.
Just a reminder, everything you see on this channel is AI generated. All info should be regarded as entertainment, not facts. Now let's listen to the story.
Sit closer to the hearth. You must hear what my father whispered before the frost took his breath. The water remembers. The great inner waters of Mälaren are not merely paths of travel. They are the heart, guarded by ancient heavy secrets. When the morning mist clings to the reeds, the water moves differently. It stirs as if something vast sleeps beneath the surface. The elders warned that those who sail these veins must respect the shadows. The serpent does not hunt. It simply exists. Do not look for eyes or scales. Just listen to the water's heavy pull. If the surface breaks, the boundary is crossed. My grandfather spoke of the heavy weight of these waters, a pulse that beat deep beneath the rocks and the sill. He warned that the lake was a living artery, a guarded path where the land's heart met the secrets of the deep. When the boat moved along the hidden channels, the water would coil and pull, reacting to our presence in the deep grass. There is a presence in the depths that knows the path of the traders, a force that demands a heavy, silent respect. To cross the threshold without caution is to invite the water's ancient, heavy weight to take hold of your very soul. My father spoke of the heavy, pulling weight of the deep. He warned that the water knows who enters its domain, and to forget its ancient gaze is to invite the serpent's reach. He pointed toward the gray expanse of Mälaren, where the water does not merely flow. It waits. It guards the heart of our land, demanding respect from those who carve through its surface. When the mist rises thick upon the reeds, the water's surface may coil. It is not a choice of the waves, but a movement of something old and massive moving beneath the sill. Those who sailed these paths in the old days knew the cost of pride. They spoke in whispers of the presence that moves when the sun hides, claiming the silent underwater corridors. You must never mistake the stillness for absence. The water holds its secrets deep, and the serpent remains a shadow in the reeds, watching every hull and every heart that dares cross the line. My grandfather told me that the great serpent does not sleep. It waits in the deep places where the water turns cold, watching those who sail too far from the known path. He spoke of the old ways, when the men of the inland waters knew the truth of the shadows. They respected the weight of the water, for it was a living, watchful boundary. When the mist rises thick and heavy, the surface of the lake becomes a veil. Beneath that veil, the movement is not of the wind or the current, but of something heavy and ancient. Do not treat the lake as a mere path for your trade. It is a sanctuary that demands your respect. If you do not offer it, the water may decide to take what it sees. Listen to the silence of the waves. If the water becomes unnaturally still, it is a warning to turn back, for the serpent is near, and the cost of pride is far too great.
Moving into the modern record, researchers identify Lake Mälaren not as a mythic void, but as a vital strategic corridor. For over a millennium, these inland waters served as a primary highway, a geographic artery connecting the heart of the Swedish interior to the distant coasts. During the Viking Age, this inland waterway was a bustling economic lifeline. It transformed the lake into a logistical network, facilitating the movement of critical goods like iron, furs, and timber, which ultimately helped lay the foundation for the formation of the early Swedish state. The transition to the medieval period saw the strategic fortification of these routes. At the narrow outlet where Mälaren meets the Baltic Sea, the establishment of Stockholm created a defense lock, protecting the interior while allowing trade with the Hanseatic League to flourish across the sea. These waterways were infrastructure for power, not just scenes of nature. The placement of royal residences and fortifications, such as Gripsholm Castle, was dictated by these navigable paths, which served as the primary defense lines and trade conduits for the ruling elite during the Middle Ages. Archaeology confirms this long history. From the Bronze Age, evidence of early maritime activity and inland rock Art suggests these waters were essential transition points. These sites confirm that the exchange between the coast and the interior has been a constant reality for thousands of years. Excavations at trading centers like Burka provide physical evidence of this connectivity. These sites reveal the complexity of the lives of those who navigated these waters, proving that the lake served as a vital link between the coast and the heart of the land. Beyond the medieval era, evidence of maritime activity and inland rock art suggests that these waters were essential corridors for trade and cultural exchange. These sites prove that the lake was a hub of human movement dating back to the Bronze Age. Beyond the reach of the open sea, the interior waterways of the Bronze Age functioned as vital transition zones. Here, the movement of goods across the land and water created a profound link between the coast and the heart. Archaeologists have identified what they call aggregation sites near these inland lakes. These locations served as gathering points where items moved from local hands into the wider network of trade and regional connection. While these sites confirm a history of exchange, the true scale of these transactions remains a subject of intense study. Researchers are still uncovering just how much of the coast's wealth passed through these interior gates. In the deep history of the region, the water was not just a path, but a guardian of the interior. It was a space where the known world of the land met the mysteries of the water. Today, these sites remain silent witnesses to ancient commerce. They leave us to consider the weight of the goods they once held, and the many journeys they facilitated before the modern world redefined the Swedish landscape. The silent stones of these distribution points tell a story of cooperation. They mark locations where different groups met, yet the frequency of these exchanges between the inner lakes and the saltwater remains a lingering question for history.